Welcome to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the Arken Optics EPL-4. This is their first focal plane 4-16 by 44 power rifle scope. This scope is an extremely nice scope and it comes in at a really good price point. So we'll go into a few more of the details of it and all that here in a minute, but let's talk just a little bit about it first. So I got this with their combo kit, which includes the mount, the flip up caps, and it also includes this hat, a t-shirt, a patch, a scope leveling ring, the throw lever, a rear bag, and there's a few other little things in there, but pretty nice little setup. Now I custom built this rifle just for this scope. This is a 6.5 Grendel rifle with a fax and barrel, fax and handguard, fax and bolt carrier group, built on a live-free armory receiver set. I've got a ballistic engineering trigger in it, and just some Magpul furniture, and of course, a Break Arms Warhammer charging handle. So I took this out yesterday, zeroed it at 200 yards. Pretty quick and easy to zero. The glass is really clear, and this scope really competes way above its price point. Now, the zero stop on it, super easy to set. You can crank it wherever you need it, and then always back to zero. Now, this particular one has their MOA reticle and MOA knobs. Now, sighting this in, I set it up on a lead sled on a bench, got it zeroed, and was getting real good groups, like just a little over 1.5 inches at 200 yards. So I was pretty pleased with that. And that was with me probably yanking the trigger some too. So everything was real accurate on it. Then I took it and put it on a bog death grip, shot it again at 200, and then moved back to 400, was able to dial it up, no trouble. And at 400, I went ahead and used the reticle holdover too, just to see, and it also worked perfect. And then went back to 550 yards. I wanted to go to 6, but the way where I was shooting in the pasture kind of laid out, there was a little hill there, and I couldn't see the target at 6, so I had to move up to 550 and get on top of the little ridge to be able to see the target. But the glass, even on full power, was super clear, had no trouble making out the target, anything like that. Just everything worked really well. The parallax adjustment on it worked extremely well. The eye relief on this is rather good. I was just altogether, I was really pleased with shooting it. Taking it out, had no issue with it holding zero. Today we're out on my long distance range, also known as the pasture and a pond dam. But right now I've got a 2/3 size silhouette target set up at 200 yards over there against the dam. We're gonna take a shot, just confirm that I can hit at 200 on the steel, and then we're gonna start moving back and see how far back we can go and still get it to get good hits, adjusting the turret and using the reticle. Two look like they're really close together. Well, let's go ahead and move back to maybe 400. All right, we're back at 400 yards. Just took my laser rangefinder and found it. According to my ballistic app, we should be 7.1 drop of MOA. There was a hit. There's just a little bit of wind down there. Hold on the left edge. Yeah. So let's go ahead and run this back to the zero stop and see if we can get one using the reticle. Yep. It was on the very bottom, but it was still a hit. All right, well, let's move back a little farther, see if I can hit anything any farther. All right, so we're actually at 550 because you can see there's a little hill here, and whenever I get over to 600, I can't see the target. But the little bitty black speck out there is my target. So at 550, it says I'm at 13.91 MOA of drop. Let's crank it up to 14. And we'll see if I can even think about hitting this standing. I ordered a bipod for this, but unfortunately it didn't make it in before I had to do the video because it's going to turn crappy weather the rest of the week. So we're just going to use this death grip. Standing. got the better of me. Hit. Did not hold enough wind. I really wish I had a bipod so I could do this prone. This thing's great. Hunting a couple hundred yards. When you get out here to some distance, it's really not that steady. Now, shooting it with this VHR reticle, it was rather easy. Now, they do offer another reticle, and I believe it is the VPR, yes. The VPR reticle, and that is kind of a Christmas tree style reticle. I kind of like the VHR. That's kind of a less busy reticle. It's just the straight up and down. All right, let's jump in, do a little tabletop unboxing review of this, and go over some of the features of it. All right, let's do a quick unboxing of the Arken EPL-4. Now, this is a first focal plane 4 to 16 periscope. Get it out of the box here. You've got an objective diameter of 44 millimeters and a tube size of 30 millimeters on this one. All this off. Now, it does include the sunshade, the instructions. It's got a little Allen key to set your zero stop, and you got some Arken stickers and that kind of stuff in the box. Pretty much all it comes with, other than these rubber caps on it. Go ahead and pull them off. Now, one neat thing about Arken is all their scopes, they do put on the inch pounds right on the scope, so you don't have to worry about whether you got the right torque settings whenever you mount it. Now, this one has 3.6 inches of eye relief, plus you've got an adjustable diopter here. It's pretty hard to turn, so it's not going to get bumped once you get it set. And this is pretty easy to turn, but still stiff enough it's not going to get bumped for your magnification adjustment. You've got a capped windage here on the side, and you get 41 MOA of windage. You can see here, and these definitely click. You can definitely feel them and hear them. And then on your elevation turret, you've got big old giant numbers, very easy to see, and of course your zero stop setting here. But those are extremely loud. Definitely can hear them and feel them for sure. And on the side, you've got your parallax adjustment, your side focus here. Goes from 10 yards all the way up to 200 and then on to infinity. And in your brightness levels here on the side, you have 6 different brightness levels, and it uses a 2032 battery, I believe. We'll open this and make sure. Yeah, definitely a 2032 battery on that. And then your sunshade that's included, that's really a nice touch. Go ahead and get it out real quick. Get it unwrapped here. See, good looking scope there. It's got a pretty neat reticle here, and I may have to insert a picture to get it to show good. But this is a pretty nice scope, and the reticle is very usable at 4 power, also as all the way up to 16. This mount, very nice mount. I do like how they have the inch pounds written right on top of the mount, so you don't have to go looking up in a book or anything at what you're supposed to mount it at. They also have it on the side here that mounts to the rifle. So you're good to go there when you want to torque it down. Now, Arken Optics did send me out this scope, so I want to say a thank you to them. But on top of that, they also sent me out an extra one. Now, this is their SH-4 Gen 2. This is a 4 to 16 by 50 first focal plane, and this one is a 34 millimeter tube, and they sent this out to me to do a giveaway with. So make sure you're subscribed to the channel and hit that bell for the notifications, because here in the next week or two, I'm going to be announcing how you get entered to be on the giveaway for this scope. And it's a rather nice scope. Took it out, looked through it, and it's a very nice scope. So at this point, I only have about 50 rounds through it total, but I'll come back here in a few weeks to a month maybe and give you another update on it. And like I said, it's been good so far. I want to get it out with a bipod on it, get it prone, and see how well I can shoot it that way. Because like I said, that bog death grip is a little wobbly. It works pretty well. But when you get out to that 550 yards, it's a little wobbly. You're not really locked in real good and tight. But I want to get this out in the field, maybe shoot some coyotes with it, maybe even a pig. Seems like it's going to be a pretty fun little rifle for that stuff. But we'll try that out. Now, if I could find any negatives at all with this, I mean, there's really not many. I'd say the reticle is definitely not daylight bright if you want to try to use the illuminated reticle, but that's really not a big deal because you don't really need illuminated reticle in bright daylight. And in low light, it works fine. I took it outside last night right before dark, and it was plenty bright right then. But during the bright sunshine, I couldn't even tell it was lit up at all. Maybe on 16 power, you could just slightly see a red glow on the little crosshair in there, but that's it. And I mean, I really just don't have many complaints. These caps that came with the kit, they're just the rubber slip over style. They're not the hard plastic that kind of snap on, but they still work fine. They're just kind of a pain to remove if you need to adjust your diopter, or if you want to put your sunshade on the front, you do have to remove them. So, but they do stay put well. You don't have to worry about them coming off, anything like that. I mean, that's really the only negative I could find at all. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here and think I've earned it, consider subscribing. And if you think somebody else will enjoy it, make sure you share it out. That helps more than anything. We'll see you on the next one.